What's up, everybody, and welcome back to your favorite sports show here on Twitch. My name is CJ, alongside some awesome co-hosts, Kyle and Jonathan, and we have a very special guest today, Mr. Tuck, Mr. Justin Tuck. Put it there, just Tucker. But guys, first thing I must ask, how are you guys doing today?
Exceptionally well, CJ. Kyle, how are you doing?
Better than I deserve.
I'm doing pretty well too, man. Like, can't complain. Hot as hell, but pool's open. What's up?
Hey, there you go.
And
CJ, how you doing?
today we have a big show.
Oh, hold up. You didn't get off that easy. How's your day going?
You know, I'm very giddy and I'm ready to go. I think today I'm super excited to have Tucker here on the show for the first time. We want to hear some of his awesome sports takes and also see how he fits into the Chunky Boy Incorporated.
Yes, sir.
We're
looking forward
definitely
to it, y'all.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here today. We are jumping straight into some NFL football action here. Because we are gearing up towards this NFL season. Training camp is fast approaching at the end of this month now. It is July, ladies and gentlemen, and we're gearing up for fantasy football season, but we're also gearing up for the NFL season. So there's a lot to get ourselves prepared for. But the first thing we have to talk about, who are our top 5 NFL running backs for 2021? That's what everyone wants to know. That's what everyone's here for. We're about to run it back. So, you guys ready for the list?
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready.
And here we go. I will run the list up right here. Boom. Our top 5 running back list. Actually, I could do this. Actually, hold up. Converse about the top 5 lists before
The list looks good. I can tell you put a lot of time and effort into it.
A lot of effort. Thank you. I mean, I've been working on this for months, to be honest with you.
The real question is the only question I have is like, why do you put the number 5 guy on the poster?
Because he's a Georgia fan.
Because
he wasn't a Georgia fan until they got good, though. And now all of a sudden he's been a lifetime Georgia fan.
I've been a Georgia fan since middle school.
I didn't see this man rock one pair of Georgia gear until after graduation.
Yeah, he did. He did have a Georgia red.
Oh, so he was trying to get in with Lisa.
Yo, chill.
This man was wearing it for a girl. I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying he's not a real fan.
All right, here we go. All right, let's quickly move on.
Hey, I mean, I talked about it before. I played a whole season of tennis in middle school for a girl once. I mean, you do crazy things for girls.
It's like being a Georgia fan.
Or pretend to be.
He's
taking the bit a little bit too far now. He deluded himself.
Oh my gosh. At least I don't flip-flop between Clemson and Michigan. I have one.
Neither do I. It's Clemson football and Michigan basketball.
That's not allowed.
Not gonna lie, dude. I want to fight that.
Well, I went to one of them and I grew up at the other one, so I'm allowed to do whatever I want.
I don't have to respect your terrible fandom, anyways.
What were you saying, Tucker?
I just want to fight Dabo Sweeney. I don't like him.
You might win.
I just don't like him.
He's like 5'6".
Oh, I definitely win. I'm big.
You definitely win. Yeah, no.
You might pray to
I
God.
I get the Dabo hate. Like, if he was not my head football coach, I'd hate him too. To be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of him as is. But, you know, as long as Clemson's winning, I'm not going to complain.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start off with this top 5 list. Number 5 coming in from the Cleveland Browns, Mr. Nicholas Chubb. Number 4, we have Alvin Kamara. No chipmunks allowed. Number 3, we have Dalvin cooking up in the kitchen. Number 2, we have Christian McCaffrey. And number 1, on this list. We have Mr. King, Derrick Henry, on this list. Pretty good list. I mean, I feel like the usual suspects you have here. You have your usual suspect.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, should be noted that we have McCaffrey and Dalvin Cook knocked a bit for their injuries and injury histories, respectively. Because if healthy, I think Christian McCaffrey's pretty safely the number one running back in football. Dalvin Cook is up there when healthy. He's just almost never healthy. We talked about it. We talked about this when we made the list. Dalvin Cook has been healthy for 1 year in his college and professional career. Christian McCaffrey has been hurt for 1 year in his college and professional career. So I fought very hard to have McCaffrey over Dalvin Cook. They wanted Dalvin Cook over McCaffrey because he was coming off the healthier season. No. Christian McCaffrey's injury history is much less extensive, and he's a way better receiver. Like, he can actually run routes.
I just don't think Christian McCaffrey's injury history is even worth talking about, man. Like, a high ankle sprain that he got, and then he had like that shoulder. What was it? He had a shoulder injury from Teddy Bridgewater over.
Yeah,
he could have played through it. He absolutely could have. I think the Panthers shut him down on purpose. Like, I really do. I think they saw what they had in the year, and they saw Mike Davis performing well. Like, while they had their like $65 million a year, $65 million running back like wrapped up in bubble wrap, just letting them chill till next year because like it wasn't like they were doing anything. I don't think his injuries are that bad. I think the high ankle sprain was like enough to keep him sidelined for half the season. But I think we shut down because of how the rest of the team was performing.
Yeah, the rest of the team stunk.
You weren't there when we made the list. So I just want to let you know, like, so the big thing about this list is it's like how good we think they are, but how good they're going to be this year. So
Yeah, this isn't on a reflection on how they played last year. It's us predicting the top 5 NFL running backs for this coming year.
I personally had Dalvin and Christian tied, both because of injuries. Dalvin played pretty decent last year. I say pretty decent, really well, but he still missed games. So I'm always afraid to knock on every wood. And then Christian coming back from a injury is going to start slow, unless he's a freak. I don't know. I'm assuming that he's going to start slow. That doesn't mean he's not good. I had them tied. I had Derrick Henry first because his team made it easier for him to be better. And he's a fucking tank. And he's the rushing leader 2 years in a row. So it's hard for me to go, Derrick's not number one when he does it, he doesn't get hurt, and his team made him better. Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook is a toss-up for me, as in if both of them are healthy, I can see both of them going for it, right? Taking it. And then you got to see who catches the ball more. And it's probably going to be CMC, right? So there you go. That's my top 3. That's the only people I care about on this list, honestly.
Real quick on just a quick comment. Why?
Hey, I want to let you know, buddy. I tried. I fought for him. They said no. He was my number 5 guy. That's why I said I don't care about this list.
See, so now I'm gonna bring up kind of my biggest concerns and the reason why I move people around on my list is injuries. I do take in the fact of injuries because with the running back position, you never truly know like how they're going to bounce back from injuries because running backs they change so often and they kind of. I mean, you can just see emergence and disappearance from running back so easily. And I'm not saying like they are going to completely disappear, but they can slide tremendously depending on how they bounce back from an injury. Especially a high ankle sprain could be tricky because of the explosiveness of Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey still can be good, but he might not have that same explosive step. Maybe he might be a little bit more limited. Same with Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is phenomenal, But then, it just depends, especially with his hamstrings. He has a very abundance of hamstring injuries. At least he had a nagging hamstring injury that kept him out.
So I don't mean to cut you off, but so ACL injuries are tied directly to hamstring injuries. So if you have an ACL injury and you play, you're going to get a hamstring injury because your hamstring is going to start taking over more. So he tore his ACL in college. He had hamstring issues. He tore his ACL rookie year. The next year had hamstring issues. But a year removed from that, so the year after that, that's not a problem. He had a shoulder problem because he got tackled late last year and missed stuff.
Didn't he have surgery on both shoulders?
Because of that, yeah. And he played through a lot of it.
But CJ wanted to knock Christian McCaffrey for a shoulder injury. He would have played for if we weren't in contention for a top 5
pick. A shoulder injury and a high ankle sprain injury. I didn't even mention the shoulder.
He came back from the high ankle sprain though. He had 160 yards in that game against the Chiefs, and he didn't miss any. It didn't miss a beat. What do you have? He had two touchdowns, 10 receptions for 80 something yards, and he had 18 rushes for 70, which is not that great. But we didn't have any other offense moving that game. I mean, we did, but McCaffrey hit the ground quite literally running, and I think he'll do it again.
I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. I'm not going to sit here and talk anything bad about him. He's not my number 2, tied with 2, because of pure injury, and it could be weird.
I also do have Alvin Kamara higher for me personally. I think that he will probably have a bigger role in this offense for New Orleans Saints, especially depending on how Michael Thomas bounced back or if they want to trade him this year. I don't know. I don't think his contract's tradable right now, is it?
I don't think it's not. No, not at all. It's just starting, and he is expensive as hell. I don't got the numbers on me.
It's gonna hurt the team if he trades it. It's not gonna be worth it for the team. It hurts them.
Talk about Kamara.
Yeah, I think they have Michael Thomas. They got a ton of dead cap if they let him go now. If they move on from him this year, he is going to cost them $23 million this year, $14 next year, and $6 the year after. If they move him right now. Yes. The Saints are not going to do that. They're right up against the cap every year. Michael Thomas is immovable for them. They brought him in. They signed him to give Drew Brees the last little bit to keep their guys happy, and it failed. And they're just going to have to deal with the fallout after that.
The thing about Kamara is, how are they going to put? Are they going to end up putting 9 in the box, 8 in the box against that team, and just being all right, throw the ball?
Yeah, they're going to throw it to Kamara. That's why he's up here. He's also exceptional out of the backfield.
He is the slipperiest dude in the NFL. It is frustrating how many tackles I've watched my own team miss on this guy for the last 3 years. I have every expectation of him continuing his season from last year. Because once he started getting rolling, he was amazing for the final stretch. And I think he'll do the same thing this year. It'll be just like when the Panthers leaned heavy on McCaffrey when Kyle Allen was our quarterback. No one's worried about Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill, depending on who it's going to be. It could end up being Taysom Hill because Sean Payton is an idiot. But I don't think that Alvin Kamara is going to. I think he's going to be the focal point of that offense. I think Michael Thomas will fall off a little bit, but I think Kamara is going to have a great season.
I mean, he fell off last year too, but it was due to injuries. We'll see how he does once. If he can play a full season this year, see how he will be post Drew Brees. Also, Nick Chubb. I think the thing about Nick Chubb is definitely an elite running back. Big fans of him for obvious reasons.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
But the fact is, though, he's still putting up great numbers with another top 10, top 15 running back. That they're splitting carries with, which is pretty crazy to be honest with you. Here's a question: what do you think? How do you think Nick Chubb would be if Kareem Hunt wasn't on this team? Do you think he would still put in production,
or do you think top 3 at least?
Bro, he's Adrian Pearson light. He's Adrian Pearson light.
Nick Chubb can catch.
Okay, I wasn't saying the negative things. I said light. Come on.
It's 2.0 then.
God damn
Light
it.
is something worse then.
No, that's not.
Yeah.
Light means he's kind of like that. The
No, light
iPhone
means
Light is different.
Light means worse. Like Austin Eckler is CMC light.
In your world. In my world, no. They're similar.
All right, so let's go to shout out to Brandon. He messes with the list.
He also
Shout
has a
out.
perfect segue into our next segment. Because our
does.
next segment is underrated running backs. And Mike Davis is one of them.
He is.
I don't think he's top 5. I don't even think he's top 10. But he is really underrated. You go back to look at him at South Carolina, he was a monster. He played really well in Seattle when they gave him carries.
Hold
I
on,
don't
let me ask you a
know
question.
what the heck happened in Chicago. And then
Hold
you
on,
saw
let
him
me ask you a
ball out
question.
for the Panthers last year. Go ahead, Kyle.
David Montgomery or Mike Davis? Who would you put above on the list?
Montgomery.
For real life or fantasy?
Easy.
Real
Both.
life. Like if you're starting your team and they're both at your front door, you're like, we'll both take whatever you gave us, and then who you picking?
Real life Montgomery, fantasy, give me Mike Davis.
Okay.
I think
I'm just
that
curious.
depends entirely on who's calling the plays, man. Like, I think David Montgomery is more he has a lot more burst and he's stronger right now at his age because he's younger. I am not so convinced that Mike
I don't know
Davis
if he
can
is
handle full
stronger.
load.
You seen those quads?
No, I've seen those quads, man. I just am not so convinced that Mike Davis can handle a full load all year. Like he came in and he was insane for like 5 or 6 games straight. But the team started easing off of him because his production started dropping, and then we started bringing in practice squad running backs to spell him all the time instead of just letting him go for the whole game. Like I don't know if Mike Davis' conditioning can handle a full season, and I'm not sure if that'll be a problem that he can fix in one off season.
See, that's why I like him for fantasy, because the Falcons don't really have any other established running backs on that roster to challenge him for touches.
They like that one guy. I can't think of his name right now.
The rookie?
No, not did they drafted a rookie?
Ito Smith?
No, the one that
Smith,
they like.
that's who it is.
Is that who they like took Todd Gurley out and like, this guy's a starter, he's kind of good, and like just threw him in like week 17 or whatever, week 18, whatever, 16.
I think it's Ito Smith.
It might be Ito Smith. I don't even know if he's on their roster anymore, though. I feel like he was a free agent.
Yeah,
Why are you looking at
gun to my head? I couldn't tell you who Atlanta's backup running back is.
Yeah, he's a free agent.
All right, someone go to the list. It's Cordero Patterson on that team. He's the backup.
Ooh, did he sign with them?
Oh.
Yeah, he did.
did.
He did. Yeah, he'll be the backup.
Trust me, I know where Cordero Patterson is. He said he was like, "Hey Vikings, I'll come back," and then we just like, no.
Because then did he move to a fullback or tight end position?
He's a player.
Yeah,
Because
he's
wide
running
receiver
back.
and running back.
Athlete.
He's listed as a running back on their roster, so that's.
What
I think
jersey
he
number
is the
does he have?
backup.
Hold on, what jersey?
He'll probably
number
end
does he
up-
have?
He's
probably
still
end up
listed as
in
84, but I don't know if he's going to keep that. They did draft Javian Hawkins, who's a really fast, elusive.
He's little, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what
195 from Louisville.
Oh yeah. He's super fast. He can catch. Yeah.
So I mean, he'll probably be like the third down back, change of pace
Mhm.
back.
I think that fits
but
Matt Ryan really well. Holy shit.
I think Mike Davis is going to get the lion's share of the touches in this
Yeah.
backfield.
Oh, for sure. Like he definitely will. I just am not so sure that like that rushing attack's going to work, and I'm also not really a believer in Arthur Smith. Like I feel like I feel like the offense he ran in Tennessee was very cut and dry, and he just lucked into Derrick Henry and AJ Brown, and they just kind of did their thing every game. Like they were running the most bare bones basic offense all year, and it worked just because Derrick Henry is a human freight train. Like,
they got a really good left tackle. I want to say top 5, but it's hard to say that because I have to go through all the left tackles. Their offensive line's pretty decent.
didn't they lose him during the year though?
Yeah. He got hurt. That's why. But Taylor Lewan's my favorite. He's the most swaggy offensive lineman in the league. Just shout out.
Falcons did lose
I'm
Alex
not a
Mack,
fan of him at
so
all.
that
I
might
hate Taylor
affect
Lewan.
their offensive line.
Yeah, he's good, Brandon. I like Hawkins as a receiving guy, which I don't care about on my team. That's why I wasn't interested in him. But yeah, Hawkins.
You drafted Kene Nwangu for that.
He has 3 targets, bro. Stop it. He's a punt returner. Please stop it. Stop. Stop. But he runs a West Coast wide zone offense, but he has a running back that doesn't have to cut back, which is insane. Like, he doesn't have to read the holes. He can just put his 800-pound body through it, and then it's like, oh, it's open now. So it's pretty cool.
Didn't the Titans start pretty slow last year?
Yeah, they started slow as hell.
Yeah, they start slow every year.
They also had COVID, and they ruined my
because
fantasy.
Derrick Henry doesn't get good till November.
Yeah,
In December he's untouchable.
correct.
But you got to think they had COVID for like 3 weeks. They ruined my fantasy.
That's also
at the beginning of the
true.
year.
Yeah, AJ Brown missed, I want to say 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, half my big money league had 3 Titans on it. No, it had 2, but whatever. The big ones, AJ Brown and Derrick Henry.
And I also had Junior Smith, who I think
Was he hurt too?
No, he caught COVID for a little bit. I remember dealing with that with my one league with no IL spots. So I was just like, yeah, dude, I fucking dropped him and picked up Hawkinson, and then dropped Hawkinson and picked up Tanyan, and just wanted it off myself the rest of the year. But
yeah, I mean, I think their play designs were pretty good. I mean, look at the fact that Anthony Ferkser was getting I think he had 6 touchdowns. Who's their backup tight end? I think just him having 6 touchdowns and nobody know who he is kind of a testament to Arthur Smith's play design and play calling.
Well, didn't Dan Arnold? No one knows who he is either.
He only had 4, I want to say.
Listen, they have one of the best fullbacks in the league. Underrated. Shouts out to that man.
Kari Blossom game?
Is
he
that's
good?
Not how you say
I don't know.
I'll give it to you. Oh, he good as in yes. He's gonna need 2 more years, and everyone's gonna be like, "That's that hardworking tone setter, Blasingame over there."
He's a traditional fullback.
He's a real running back, but
fullback.
he hits like a truck. If you want to go watch Vikings preseason, I thought he was gonna make the roster, but we had CJ Ham, so it was it was tough.
Yeah,
I liked him a lot. I was really hoping we found a way to keep him, but who rosters 2 fullbacks? Like what?
Yeah,
John Gruden.
No, I love the fullback position, but it's getting it's like being revitalized. You know, Kyle Shanahan's responsible for bringing the fullback back. I swear, but you really just Juszczyk is amazing. Like I'm really hoping the Panthers drafted our own and Tommy Tremble, because I think that's what he's going to be doing. I think he's going to primarily be a blocker and won't be catching the ball much. And I think he's going to be an animal doing it.
I don't know if he'll be catching much as a rookie. I think he could grow into traditional tight end.
Hold on,
I think he will.
Yeah,
he's the tight end we took in the 3rd round. We took him because he played most of his snaps at Notre Dame at fullback, but he also just a blocking tight end. You know, he was a tight end that took most of them around the line, behind the line, right around the quarterback. But he didn't really show up on the stat sheet much. But if you look up his highlights, it's all blocking, and he is a fucking animal. And I think that's what he's going to be for us right out the gate. I think we're going to use him like a blocking fullback until he develops as a pass catcher. But I think the fullback is back, and I am excited to see all the other new offenses bringing it back in there and just having these big meaty boys just shoving other men.
Handling the loads, taking all the loads, right?
Loads. Yeah, dude.
Busting those holes wide open, buddy.
Okay, let's move on. So Kyle, who is one of your underrated running backs? We kind of talked about a couple different guys, but who do you want to put as your official stamp of your underrated running back?
I have a guy. If you watch the show, I said it last week, but because of what's going on, I'm gonna pick a new guy. And there's a guy named Aaron Jones. He's was pretty good last year. And there's not going to be a guy named Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. So they're going to run the ball like crazy. And I think he's crazy talented. I think fantasy-wise, he's going to get a lot of shares. And I wouldn't be surprised if he, like, jumped in the top 5 of fantasy. That has nothing to do with, like, talent and better than the guys there. And then honorable mention is definitely Barkley if he makes it back and he's healthy. I like Barkley in my top 5, but they didn't like it. So,
I feel like Barkley needs to show something before he deserves a top 5 spot. He's missed 2 years in a row. Like we all know he's got the talent. We all know it, but he just hasn't had the ability to show it yet, or at least not since his rookie year. And I think that's the only thing keeping him from in the top 5, or other than like the 5 talented guys in front of him. But like, I think Barkley is still floating in the top 10, but I think he's around like 9 or 10 right now, just based on just he's only there because of his potential talent, but his injury history keeps him from being like too high.
True.
CJ, you got any underrated running backs?
Well, I mean, I'm very biased.
Oh, yeah.
As we all know. But
you have reason to with this guy, though.
What?
See, you have reason to back this guy, though. If you're going with who I think you're going with.
Antonio Gibson is a running back that's going to explode. He's going to explode this year all over the field. I can't wait for it. As you can see, you're going to see his grill all the time after he scores touchdowns.
Are we going to see it more than Alvin Kamara's grill? Because I remember seeing
I hope so.
Was it 5 times, 6 times?
6 times in a single game?
Against Kyle's Vikings?
That shit does not count, bro. Stop bringing that shit up. If you can name 4 of my defensive starters, then you're a real Vikings fan, and you need to stop watching the Panthers.
For that game, I probably couldn't.
Exactly.
They
don't play in the NFL anymore.
Ben Gideon?
No. The only real one was Harrison Smith, maybe.
Y'all still have Daniel Hunter
didn't
too,
play.
right?
No, we do, but he didn't play all last year. We had a guy named Blake Lynch who was a running back at Baylor. He's a practice squad linebacker only because he ran like a 4.2 or 4.44. I went the wrong way. And he was a running back at Baylor, and he started at middle linebacker against the Saints. He wasn't on the roster all year. He was a practice squad guy, and he started against the Saints.
What about the defensive lineman from Baylor?
Oh, he has like the highest sack rating in the for rookies because
did he play that game?
He doesn't play, but he played like 8 snaps and he has a sack and a pressure, so he's like the highest like sack pressure rating in the NFL. He just doesn't qualify for any of them.
All right, Tucker. Who was your official entrant for your underrated running back?
All right, I got 3, and I'm having a hard time picking between them. I think I'm gonna go. I think my first one I'm gonna say, this man is even underrated by his own team, and it's James Robinson. I think he is a stud, and I cannot believe that the Jags took another running back with their second first round pick when they had a undrafted free agent literally signed for peanuts for the next 4 years. Just like the worst asset management I've ever seen, it just screamed Urban Meyer to me. Just like, I bet he looked at that roster and was like, James Robinson, undrafted free agent, he can't be good. I swear to God, that's what happened. And like he like didn't watch any football, didn't pay attention to it. He just went in and brought in Trevor Lawrence and Etienne for no reason. Like I don't even understand bringing in a running back from the same team. Like Etienne's good. Like it's like I'm not saying he's not. Like, but that just seems like really poor asset management to me. So I think James Robinson might be the most underrated because he's gonna lose snaps that he doesn't deserve to lose, and he's gonna flourish whenever he moves somewhere else.
By the way, I want to let you know that I picked him up. I picked James Rob. I'm in a keeper league. It's a big money league. I got in second place last year. I picked James Robinson up in free agency, and he was like my best scorer all year. I was going to keep him. It was going to be him and Justin Jefferson that I got in the 13th round. And I was going to be the biggest cheapskate in the league. and I was going to draft Antonio Gibson in the first round and really blow people's minds out. And then they drafted fucking ETN, and I said, motherfuck. And I was like, it looks like I'm not keeping James fucking Robinson in the 16th round. I was shitting when I saw that, bro.
I was gonna go no running backs and take him late and like let him just ride as my golden god like all year. And then then they took Etienne. I'm just like, all right, well now I'm not touching anybody in Jacksonville.
Yeah,
none of them.
They're gonna split. They're gonna do that college shit where they have 14 running backs. Oh my god,
They
It's
really
gonna be
wanted
so annoying.
Kadarius Toney, and I think they kind of like panicked when the Giants took him.
Yeah.
They were like, next best explosive player we have on the draft board, regardless of position.
And regardless that we don't fucking need it.
I don't understand. What could they have took? I was like thinking, I'm gonna go look, but off the top of your head, right?
Elijah Moore.
Yeah.
No, they don't need a receiver, bro.
Yeah, they do. They definitely do.
Bro, no, they don't.
Bro, you put him in the slot?
Okay,
They got-
I get
you
what
got
you're saying.
Chark-
Bro, time out.
They got Chark and Chenault.
And Elijah Moore?
Okay,
That's an
they
incredible
signed
trio.
Galladay, right? Right, Galladay.
No, the Jags.
No,
No, that's
Marvin
the Giants.
Jr.
They signed Marvin Jones.
He's not Marvin
They're the
Jones.
same receiver to me. I always say the other name when I'm
Marvin
thinking.
Jones
But-
is like
So they
40.
signed Marvin Jones. They have Lavish Shenault. They have the other guy that's
DJ Chark.
Huh?
DJ Chark.
Yeah, Chark.
Colin
The
Johnson.
guy that's like who's been a third receiver for like 14 fucking years. He's not bad. He's not been there that long.
D.D. Westbrook?
No, DD's a free agent. Right?
I don't think he's back.
Yeah, they have another one, right?
I
No.
don't know.
They signed Chris Conley last year. He kind of
Yeah,
stinks.
that's who I was talking about actually, Chris Conley.
He was with the Chiefs
bad.
before
He was
that.
terrible.
But yeah, he wasn't very good.
But I don't understand that receiver draft was so deep, right? So deep. I think a stud that is
It's
gonna
so
really lose his career because he's got drafted to the Texans is Nico Collins is gonna be an absolute fucking freak, and it's been coming out of their camp that he is an absolute fucking freak. They just got to throw him the ball, which I don't think is gonna happen. But
what team is he on?
he's on the Texans. They jumped up and stole us. They literally jumped up, and then we panicked and took Patrick Jones, which I'm not mad at, but I'm pretty sure like that was the pick right there. But
They revenge sniped you. You sniped
yeah, they
Mon.
revenge sniped us because they already called Mon and was like, "We're coming to get you."
Real quick. Wide receivers on Jaguars roster. We got Jamal Agnew, Jalen.
He's
Camp.
not a real wide receiver. He's a punt returner slash
no,
corner.
I know.
I'm just reading what they have on the roster.
I'm just saying
Dude,
he's not a real wide receiver.
they got the gigantic motherfucker.
Colin
Hold on.
Johnson.
Let me finish.
Vasher.
They have Farrell Cooper, Philip Dorsett, Josh Hammond, Josh. I don't know how to say this.
Josh, I'm a hater, baby.
Oh
Colin
yeah,
Johnson,
him.
Marvin Jones, Tim Jones, and Laviscus Chenault Jr. and Laquan Treadwell.
Megaquan.
Yeah, he's
Let's
gonna get
go.
cut anyways. But they should have took like a cornerback there, right?
I would have taken a corner there for sure.
Probably.
I don't know who was
CJ
available though.
Henderson
So.
wasn't that good.
No, I think every cornerback was available
Taylor
except
Farley,
for
I think.
Except for
Farley
Sertan and
was-
Horn.
yeah. When did Stokes go? 28. to the
Stokes
Packers.
went last.
Yeah.
Because
Because when they
what's
took
his name to the Browns?
was it
Greg
Farley
Newsom.
went like
Greg Newsom's really good.
Newsom went before them, I'm pretty sure.
I liked Greg Newsom. I thought we were gonna
Wasn't
end up
Newsom like a
taking him.
22nd pick?
Something like no, that doesn't sound right. But
they were,
yeah,
Yeah, because
The
like the
Titans
only one that the Titans picked Farley.
yeah.
And before Farley, I think the only two that went were Horn and Sertan. So they pretty much had their pick of anybody past that at that point. Like, I just feel like running back was such a bad asset management move. Like at 25, man, like especially with that many holes that the Jags did, they legitimately earned the number 1 overall pick last year. Like they didn't try to be that bad. Like they just weren't. And
I don't know. They would have won more games with Mullet Mullen, man, 100%.
Oh, me too. I love Gardner, but Gardner Minshew.
Hey, Gardner
I
Minshew
love-
makes the Washington football team better.
correct.
Let me ask you this question right now. I don't mean to break it completely off. Y'all are Panther fans, right? You're in the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. Who would you rather have, Sam Darnold or Mullet Man?
All right, so you're asking a weird question because if we're in the Super Bowl with Sam Darnold, it means he's good.
No. That's not. No.
I'm
So
just
no,
saying.
take that back. This is not. No.
He's
Time
saying
out.
every other team in the NFC they're
No.
all
You
ineligible
just
to play the Super Bowl.
No, you're
We're the only
so
team from the NFC that can represent the NFC in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, you're in there. No, this is how it works. It's like the backyard game. What's that?
Not
backyard
based off
sports?
of Sam Darnold's play.
What's the backyard sports thing where you have to pick a team?
Yeah. What I want the Panthers to trade for Gardner Minshew, and I want them to put him and Sam Darnold in a room and lock the door, and whoever comes out's our quarterback.
I agree. I will watch it too. I'll show up.
I think it'll be Gardner. I think he whipped Sam's ass.
I think Gardner's better than Fit. I think he makes that team. I don't want to say. They're definitely winning the division with them. The guy's a stud to me. But anyways,
I think you're forgetting who Sam Darnold's grandfather is.
Oh yeah, it's
Dick Hammer.
Dick Hammer, the Marlboro
Man.
He was the Marlboro Man for like years. I love it.
Respect on Sam Darnold's name.
We should have signed his grandfather instead.
We should have never signed Teddy. Rolled with Will Greer, who might not make the roster this year, and Kyle Allen, and we definitely would have had the number 1 overall pick. And then we could have had Trevor Lawrence. But no. We wanted to sign trash
I don't know.
Bridgewater.
I think that made good.
Even in hindsight, I still see like what their thought process was there, and I'm convinced that Teddy Bridgewater. I'm convinced that Teddy Bridgewater
were literally gutting the team.
I think Teddy Bridgewater was. I think Joe Brady was responsible for bringing in Teddy because of his past experiences with him in New Orleans, and the thought process that Teddy would be really easy to like transition the offense with because he already knows all the language. And I just don't think that. And I think they thought that they could maybe get him to just like follow the game plan and just do what they needed him to do because Teddy is capable of being good. Like he has the tools to be there. No, Teddy's problem
just doesn't throw down the field.
Like Teddy's problem, like it's literally like his arm is not that great, but he does have the ability to throw deep. We saw him do it a couple times last year.
He just refuses.
I think it's all in his head. Though.
No.
It's all in his head.
Okay. So, yes, but Teddy's best trait is decision making. And he doesn't.
Was not last year.
Okay, but that's because you took all his.
I think that's a force.
That's what he was good at. He held the ball. He controlled the ball. I'm telling you, if Mike Zimmer likes you as a rookie, it's because you don't turn the ball over. Let's be honest.
He was turning the ball over last year.
Yeah, I know, but that's because you took his he was very good when he could hand the ball off. And y'all took that away from him kind of because you're down fucking 30 fucking points and you got to fucking throw it.
Very good. Might be the biggest stretch I've ever heard. It's a pretty big
Go look at the
okay. That Pro Bowl.
Go look at the Yes, I agree, but the scheme fits. Like I'm telling you, if your team is good like healthy, Teddy looks completely different because he gets the handoff.
Teddy was sitting there watching Curtis Samuel wide open in the end zone and just wouldn't throw to him. He was ignoring wide open routes every single game.
Yeah. At least Allen threw Curtis Samuel those balls. All he knows, just missed him completely.
I agree.
Knows how to do is check down and protect himself. Like he literally, it was infuriating watching him. Like that Vikings game against y'all. Like it was on like what 4th and 8 or whatever, and he threw it 6 yards short of the sticks.
Yes.
And then he got tackled immediately, and like that was the end of the game. Like we saw him do that all fucking year. Like Teddy Bridgewater,
that his quarterback in front of him was Breeze, and that man can't throw 6 yards. So he's like, that's what good quarterbacks do. So that's not fair.
I mean, he did that with you too, and in college.
No, he was throwing a little bit when we made the playoffs. Go watch the clips where he's throwing some little balls down there, but he's also giving the ball to Adrian Peterson. Fucking letting that guy run trains up people's assholes. But anyways, continue.
All right, Tom, who's your other 2 running backs?
Oh yeah, my other 2. Joe Mixon, I think I'm gonna give to 1 because I think he's better. I think he's better than even their team realizes because they seem to not know how to scheme him at all. Like they
don't give him any receptions.
They give him 0. They bring out Gio Bernard every single time, and then like the amount of time, like I had Joe Mixon in fantasy last year. And the amount of times like I'll swing over to the Bengals and be, oh, cool, Joe Mixon's in the red zone. And then I watch him do a swing pass to fucking Gio for 3 yards when Joe Mixon got him there. I was just like, Jesus Christ. Zach Taylor doesn't deserve a job. Joe Mixon's a good receiver. I think he will. I think he'll thrive if they give him the ball, which they're saying they're going to do, but I don't believe him.
Gino is
Gino's
gone.
Gino's gone.
He is gone.
So this might finally be the Joe Mixon year.
Time out though. Hey guys. If you want some great Joe Mixon is a good receiver propaganda, I recently became, I wouldn't say friends, that's too much, acquaintances with a writer for the Bengals. He goes by like Sans, S-A-N-S. He did a whole like charting and like some clips of Joe Mixon doing really good, crazy shit. And it made me very impressed with Joe Mixon because I wasn't before because he just didn't get there, and that's not his fault.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a good pick that you just said. I think that's very good.
All right,
yeah, I think Joe Mixon is going to be.
You have one more name, Tucker?
Yeah, I do. And this one is going like this one. I guess is like the true definition of underrated because everyone is hating on this motherfucker, right?
No. CJ about to have an aneurysm.
It broke. Good.
CJ could feel it coming.
I was like,
can I just say?
He took it
no.
out.
It's Zeke. It's Zeke.
Ooh.
There it is.
It's Zeke. Zeke is underrated as hell right now. I'm just saying, if you're gonna look at the definition of underrated, it's the picture's gonna be Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, it's hard to be underrated. When
everybody in the NFL, everybody is hating on this dude. I think Tony Pollard's good. I think Zeke is better. I do think Zeke has fat. Zeke's got So are we.
They fed Zeke. Fair enough. We're not getting paid like $50
I'm not getting any balls.
Year.
They're not handing it off to me one time. I'm begging for them. They will not give me the ball.
Nah, dude. Like, I think Zeke, because like Zeke had put up some pretty solid numbers when Dak was still healthy, and I think when all those receivers, they do have one of the most dangerous receiving trios in the NFL. Yes. I think if they take off and take all that pressure off of Zeke, I do think he has the ability to do well and be back to where he used to be. So I think he could be an easy top 10 guy this year if everything goes right for the Cowboys.
That's
all right. So I'm going to go ahead and lead us off with overrated running backs, and my answer is going to be.
I got one more underrated. Then you can switch to overrated. I know it's going to be, but anyway, Austin Eckler, Chargers, very underrated.
Love it. I thought you said overrated. I thought you were going to say overrated. I was about to be sick.
That's why I said last underrated.
Whew. What?
No, I love him. I love Eckler. I love him.
One of the best weapons out of the backfield, a la Christian McCaffrey.
Where did Jet go? Hey, where did Jet go? Did he go to the
who?
The Chiefs?
Jet is at yeah. Where
he went to the Chiefs, right? The Chiefs.
He is the Chiefs. He's at the Chiefs. He's going to crush.
Oh, by the way, that little short LSU guy was pretty fucking good at fantasy football for like 3 weeks, and then they decided to just take the ball away from him.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
Yeah,
he had some rookie vision problems. Because like I'm an LSU homer. I've been watching them forever.
That's pretty awkward. Anyways.
You said like CEH, like that's who you was talking about?
Yeah, Clyde.
Okay. I was confused.
I took him early, right? And the first 3 weeks he was slamming points, bro. 28 points. I'm like, God damn, this guy. I was like, this guy's gonna win me the fucking league. And then he never got touches anymore.
Yeah, like he was running into the back of his guards from most of the time I saw him. Like he just had bad vision problems, which wasn't a problem in college. I don't know if it was jitters or just Andrew Reid's offense being difficult. But I do think he'll improve going forward because he's still shifty. He's still the guy they drafted, but I do think that it was just kind of rookie.
How much of a not to go into a tangent quick, how big of a fantasy guy are you? Like, do you look at like point, like what do you look at?
I mean, I'm a massive fantasy guy, dude. I'm playing fantasy baseball right now in an AL only keeper league, and I don't fucking watch baseball.
So when you're looking at like up and comers, I'm a freak. So I like weird numbers and stuff. I look at like like how many times they're gonna give him the ball. Like so like not like actual like so you go to the red zone and you go Like his trends where they're like giving him like 4 chances to get into their end zone, which is insane for a rookie. There's like giving him the ball, he can't get in, but his shares in the red zone was like super high. So like everyone was like, holy shit! Like he had 28 points and he didn't score 2 touchdowns that he should have had. Like whoa! And then he just like he gets so many like red zone share that it's crazy.
Yeah, I think once he kind of gets his grown man strength in, he's going to be a different animal in the end zone. Like his problem right now is it's the same thing McCaffrey dealt with his rookie year. McCaffrey would get breathed on and he would fall down when he first got in the NFL. And I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is the same way. Like I think they're just young. Like the young shifty guys sometimes like they have a harder time like acclimating to NFL talent, and sometimes they don't. You know, like with like Kamara coming out of nowhere. But I think Clyde he'll step it up. I'm not worried about him. Kamara is a fucking freak.
I remember watching him at Tennessee, and like
that one game he played.
Yes,
it was insane.
But I was trying to figure out like he's not a power runner, but he was just breaking so many tackles. I was like, what is going on here? Like he's not like running these guys over.
Look at how
they're falling off of him.
Look at Dalvin Cook. That's what happens with Dalvin.
He covers himself in lube before every game. I swear.
But hey, not to listen. I want to break y'all's balls a little bit. This motherfucker's not getting a COVID shot. He's not getting a COVID shot. I'm telling you this right now, and he's not gonna make it. Kamara.
Yeah, McCaffrey's not either.
Sure isn't.
I know. I heard. No. I think you are actually. I think he is. That y'all had that big late surge to get vaccinated, and
Darnold still isn't. McCaffrey maybe. Darnold new.
Oh, Darnold is a fucking Republican. Like he is anti-vax as hell, and like you know what? So are most of the white boys in the NFL. Like you know, North Carolina's voter registry is open so you can go look at like all the athletes and stuff. And before the last election, I went and peeked it out, and it was all the white ones.
Hey, Gordon Hayward? Is he registered?
Gordon Hayward is he's not registered in North Carolina now. I looked him up.
Well, I didn't think he was.
He went ever since his boys raided the Capitol though. He went ballistic. So thank him.
That's because he was there and he never knows what game is going to be his last now. Like they might catch him.
No, I don't think Gordon's really like that. I know his wife donated to the Trump campaign like in 2016. Like it was a pretty hefty donation, but like. He was very vocal for like BLM and stuff last year, so I don't know if he's really like that far out because like I feel like it all kind of goes hand in hand. But yeah.
Let's move on.
I think Kamara already broke COVID protocols last year when it was like pretty strict, and he still was like, "Fuck it, I'm going to the club." I don't know what club was open, honestly. So what do you think he's gonna do this year? They can't even leave the hotel. They can't eat with their teammates. This motherfucker's gonna be in his hotel room with, I'm not going to say this word because I respect women, in his hotel, and they're going to be like, what are you doing in there? He's like,
he's going to show up with the fake vax card. I guarantee it.
Oh my God. Right. Like the I am 12 card from Transformers or whatever.
Exactly. But
that's going to be Alvin.
All right, CJ, take us away. What we got next?
We're going to do some overrated running backs, and the fact that Ezekiel Elliott went on to your underrated running backs just makes me sick and disgusted. And it's not even for the reason that you might think it is. Zeke is a totally broken running back in the NFL. He is not the same as aggressive. He doesn't know how to hit the holes. He misses the hole more than a virgin trying to, mess with the girl for the first time. It is oblivious how terrible he is. Tony Pollard was the better running back on his team last year, and I don't even like talking about Dallas outside of Dak.
I feel like the sample size is too small to definitively say Pollard's better. It's like the sample size is way too small to definitively say that Pollard's better.
But he gives that change of pace. Like he actually hits the holes hard. He runs the ball well. But Zeke he was out of it. And maybe because he just didn't care, maybe they felt like the season was done with when Dak got hurt. That could be it. Maybe he just checked out. But he
got paid. He got paid. It's over.
And got chunky. He's borderline Eddie Lacy.
You don't pay running backs, buddy. Sorry. Love you, Dalvin Cook. Please stay healthy.
And I don't like to bring up Eddie Lacy very lightly.
I'm not ready for some feast mode slander, man. I love Eddie Lacy.
Yeah, how are we talking shit about Eddie Lacy? Shut
I love
your
Eddie
mouth,
Lacy's
goddammit.
China food
Blasphemy.
tweets. Classic. Not
Fucking
Chinese
feast
food.
mode, man.
This
All
is
his
fucking
tweets referring to
blasphemy.
Chinese food. Call it China food. And it is amazing.
Did he call it the flu too? The China flu. Anyways.
Probably. He's from
But-
Alabama, so I would assume so.
Nah,
Zeke
the
will
reason
have
I
a-
can't. I just feel like so many people are hating on Zeke right now. He can't possibly be overrated.
I see both sides of the coin.
Like the whole world is hating on this man. And I was sitting there thinking about
That is
it.
a
It's like
good
that's why he made my underrated list, because everybody's hating on him.
That's why that's my number one argument when I talk about Kirk, and I didn't even think about it. How is everyone good? Kirk's overrated. Everyone fucking hates it. Literally, no one thinks he's good. How is he underrated?
No one hates him. They just don't know who he is.
What are you talking about, bro? Come to my Twitter
I'm
for
saying
10 minutes.
I'm talking Vikings Twitter for sure. But I'm saying like casual fans, man. Like if I sat there and asked my mom with like who Kirk Cousins was, she couldn't tell me.
I'm gonna
My
let you
brother
know.
probably
Go
couldn't.
to any if you see an NFL Twitter post and it says anything about Kirk, go under it, and it's people going, he can't win on prime time. This guy stinks. Like the whole fucking chat is like 2-9. This guy stinks. I'm like, okay, man.
But,
You fucking. Anyways,
man,
Does
NFL
anyone
Twitter
else
is
have an
dumb.
overrated running back before we go into the NBA?
Overrated. Shit. Let me go
We
with
can say overrated, or we can do / washed.
overrated. I'm gonna go with Josh Jacobs.
Oh,
I feel like he has had he has had all the chances in the world to be the guy in Oakland, and he hasn't really pulled it off yet. Like they have a
disagree.
great offensive line. They have a great offensive line. They don't have great receivers, but like he just has never really impressed me all that much, especially for his draft decision.
For sure. I think he's kind of in the Joe Mixon situation, though, where one of his biggest strengths is his receiving ability, and they refuse to throw him the ball.
I think that he's overrated. He's overrated for one reason. I think he's a very good running back, but I drafted him in fantasy football early because that's where he was going. I thought I got him right on value.
And he
does
stunk.
not live up to that.
No, sure didn't.
So that's
Because
why
they
he's
didn't throw him
overrated.
passes.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
they really
had no
don't.
catches.
Like, they really
It
don't.
doesn't matter. He's overrated because of that. We're not going to say he's bad. I like Josh Jacobs. I'm not
I
taking
do
him in
too.
the second round in the top 3 picks of the second round. It's not happening. I did that because I believed in him. Oh, that's my overrated.
That's
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I got. Like, I would take Josh Jacobs if he fell to the end of the second. I don't think I'd take him to the top.
Yep.
Jonathan, do you have Jonathan, Kyle? Do you guys have a wash / overrated running back?
Oh damn! I thought another underrated.
Everyone at the Seahawks is overrated and washed and trash, and they need to get a real running back. I don't know what they're doing over there. They keep drafting them. They're
Chris
not good.
Carson's good.
I don't like
Okay.
Chris Carson.
Yeah,
I don't
me
like
neither.
Chris Carson. I think his injury history has been really, really like devastating to his career, and like he's getting up there in years now. Like he like what's he missed like 8 games a year? Like he has
Yeah,
like the last 4 or 5 years straight. Like it's been bad.
It's a good thing they have a first-round running back to fall back on those situations, right? Right?
And this motherfucker,
free pennies.
even when he fucking is playing, 9 running backs come in. 9. They just keep putting them in. They're like, hey, leave one guy out there. Maybe he'll get in rhythm. I was like 2 years ago, Chris Carson went nuts in fantasy football, bro. That was my sneak pick in like a bunch of the draft. I had it written down. I was like, ready to go. This motherfucker stinks. That's my overrated.
I agree.
Jonathan,
on that
do
one.
you have anything? Yep. Do you have anything, Jonathan?
I don't know. If we want to go washed, I'm going to say Zeke. I think Zeke's washed.
My God!
He
I'm
had
such a homer.
no
This is so
explosiveness last year.
No, so I see your argument. I'm giving Zeke one more year before I fully get tag him a Wash. He's only 25 or 26. Like Wash is heavy for a 25-year-old running back.
But he's like 40 in running back years.
Exactly.
Like
I
you got
mean,
to think
he's
the amount
like
of touches he
33.
had.
I mean,
Even at Ohio State. Like he's been getting touches for years. And
Derrick Henry ain't that far away from that, and I don't see him dropping off like that.
Derrick Henry's
he's
a freak.
fucking transformer.
Yeah, dude. I think Zeke. Like I have to see what he does this year in this offense, but I'm also not a Mike McCarthy fan, or like I don't even know who's their OC right now because they brought in
Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, no, they're gonna be terrible.
I really think Pollard needs more touches.
Okay. Real quick
I
question.
wouldn't be mad.
Before we go to basketball, last question of NFL football and running backs. Any rookie running backs that you think is going to show out this year?
Kenneth Gainwell, and I hate to say it, I love that guy.
Where'd he go?
Fucking Eagles. He was a guy I wanted bad, but I don't know how many. Like that's the thing too. It's kind of a crowded backfield. Well, no, it's just Miles Sanders, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
And who did they pick up?
Miles Sanders. I took that motherfucker in the second round last year too.
He's bad. He's not good.
Dude,
Miles
he
Sanders
randomly
is
goes
not
nuts though. He randomly has like 3 weeks of good football, and then you're like, I'm going to start him. You know?
I traded for him because of those 3 weeks. Then he was never good again.
Oh, the running back for the Bills is stinky, and they want to make that guy work so bad. What's his name?
Devin Singletary.
Yeah, Devin Singletary. The backup's better than him. I don't give a fuck. But
Zach Moss, neither of them are good.
Zach Moss.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the bad part. But I am gonna find a comfortable spot to take Trey Sermon in one of my drafts. I believe in Trey Sermon. I wanted Trey Sermon. I don't think he fits. No, he went to the Niners. That's why I love it. He's a power back who has that last little bit to get him there. He's like a mini Derrick Henry. I just hope his body holds up. Mini. So
even if he doesn't, like 49ers have like 65, I should say 49 running backs.
But
I honestly would never draft a 49ers running back just because you're going to pick up whoever's on the waivers like randomly when the starter gets hurt and they're just going to go for 200 yards anyway. Like you don't have to draft 49ers running backs because Kyle Shanahan's going to bring up some dude from the parking lot and they're going to go off for a couple games and he's going to be great for you.
But keeper league, the last couple spots, you got to kind of think about the future.
Keeper league,
Like,
I don't know if I touch the 49ers running back with a keeper league at the end of it.
It's all trash. Listen, the last 3
it's all
picks,
trash.
because everyone's already kept, like, my league has a guy who has Patrick Mahomes and Kamara in like the 17th, or not really, it's the 9th and 5th round. He has Patrick Mahomes and fucking Kamara, so he just gets free picks. So like everyone in this league, it's been going on for 5 years, is like loaded. Every good running back's locked in, so you have to like find some fucking stud somewhere, and you gotta hope. And that's but if you pick him in the 17th round, which doesn't fucking matter, like what the fuck, 17th round is like, I'm gonna drop this guy anyways. So fuck it. Why not claim him before everyone else does, because he has the Kyle Shanahan game. But anyways,
that's not a bad call. I think that late though, I'd take somebody like DeAndre Swift, like unless they're already gone. I mean, I don't know how your keeper league is, but I think Swift didn't show enough, and neither did Jonathan Taylor. I think they're gonna both slip pretty heavy. I think I'd take them pretty comfortably mid to late rounds.
If he's healthy, I mean, they have a three-headed rushing attack coming.
I hate that. I don't want anything in there.
No,
right,
I really don't.
Should we talk about that?
I forgot about Marlon Mack.
Running backs are situations we want to avoid. Tucker said he
situation we want to
doesn't
avoid.
want 49ers. I don't want any part of Ravens running backs.
Oh my God. I forgot that they have the 2 running backs there, right? They have Gus and
Gus
and JK?
J.K. Dobbins, and they still have Justice Hill, who's supposed to be this amazing receiving back who never gets any touches.
Yeah, that's a running back room that's going to be way better for real life than it is going to be for fantasy. Yeah. Especially when you got Lamar Jackson vulturing their touchdowns all year.
Their best running back on their team
is their quarterback. I wouldn't touch the Ravens. I wouldn't touch the Jags for the reasons we talked about earlier. I don't. Yeah,
The
like,
Jags
I don't know if I touched.
that's another 3-man backfield because Carlos Hyde is still hanging out there.
And he's
Oh, I
going to
forgot
vulture
he's there.
catches. You know he's going to vulture catch. I mean, not catches. He's going to get snaps. Fucking what's his face going to come
Red
out there,
zone
cut his
snaps.
jersey in half. His belly's going to be showing. Like, get in there now. Get in there.
That's what happened to James Robinson all year last year. Like Carlos Hyde would come in and spell him for like 2 snaps in their goal line and take a free touchdown, and James Robinson would finish with like 80 yards.
Hold on.
Was he there last year?
Carlos Hyde was at the Seahawks.
Was he at the Seahawks last year? It was someone else that did it for him. Because I can't remember
He
who
definitely
it
had a
was.
backup, but remember they cut all their running backs because the guy got COVID and all this shit. So I don't even know who's the backup on that team last
That's
year.
true.
I don't remember.
Yeah, who was it? It was
Someone else.
I honestly can't even begin to
Who
find
cares? Who cares?
it. Yeah, right.
James Robinson now has the hardest competition in the league when he earned it the most. The guy got paid $5 in a burger, and now he's fucking losing his job already. This shit's bullshit. Not for long, huh?
Yeah, it's
Not for goddamn long.
I hate it for him. I hate it for that dude. But I also don't think I touched the Colts now that he reminded me that Marlon Mack's back again.
Yeah, Marlon,
I'd stay away
I
from the
like
Colts.
Mack.
I
love the
forget
Colts.
how
Like,
many
they're a good
catches Naheem Hines had too.
Yeah,
Naheem Hines was eating out of the backfield, like 10, 12 catches a game eating.
Yeah, he took all the
He's a
passing
burner.
down snaps. All of them.
Oh my
Yes.
god, the Jets have Tevin Coleman? Who is the Jets running back? That's the worst.
Michael
Oh,
Carter.
They
Green?
drafted somebody too, I think, right?
Michael Carter from North Carolina.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, I'm done talking. That's actually probably a better rookie. That's probably pretty fucking good. Anyways, continue.
I'm avoiding all Jets for sure. Like I'm not touching them. Like
I don't blame you. Like, Michael B. Ryan, he looked all right. Nothing special, but just like a solid committee guy. Michael Carter, I don't think he's that. You're not that guy, pal. Trust me.
Who's Josh Adams?
He's
Why do I know who that is?
That's the dude from Notre Dame who played for the Eagles who went off for like 1 or 2 games.
The week. Who the fuck is Austin Walters? Is that just a guy?
Who?
He played in 2020. He has one attempt
say
for
the
3
name
yards.
again. I didn't hear.
Austin Walters.
Yeah.
He went to Cosby High School.
But
He went
Michael
to
Carter,
Rice. All right,
I don't
continue.
think he's he's not an every down back.
No, he's not going to be in a third down.
He's a lot like another North Carolina running back, Gio Bernard, where he's more of a strictly change of pace back.
Hold on. He's not the fat one? I mixed those two
That's
up.
Javonte Williams.
Yeah, I thought it was the fat one. Whatever.
Where did he go?
Broncos.
Yeah.
They still got Philip Lindsay, right?
And someone else, too. I forgot who the other guy
Melvin
is.
Gordon?
Oh,
Did he
fuck.
still have
Melvin Gordon. Is Philip Lindsay still there?
No, Philip Lindsay, who is now that you remind me, because I was thinking about the fucking Texans this whole fucking time. He signed in the
Is he on the
Texans.
Texans too?
Yes, I was thinking about that. I was
Bro,
like,
the Texans have like
Yeah.
6 like decent running backs.
and you don't want to touch any of them. I wouldn't draft
Correct.
the offensive lineman. If they for some reason offensive lineman got points in fantasy football, there's nothing I'm touching on that team.
Except Nico Collins.
I wouldn't touch anybody. on my team.
No, because no
they are
one's
going
throw
to be
the
the
ball.
worst team in football.
Yeah, this might be the worst team that
Absolutely.
ever played.
They're going to be the worst team.
Do they have their
Yeah,
pick
like, and I thought that
this coming year?
No, I don't think they do.
No, they don't have their first this year. We have their fourth. I know that Carolina does. I don't know where their second is. I think they only have like 1 pick in the first like top 4 or 5 rounds next year. Like it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they needed Deshaun Watson's legal situation.
No, Houston has their
Where they
pick.
trade him.
Houston has their pick.
All right, they're getting the first overall pick then.
Riddler?
They are for sure.
Who is the Dolphins?
The Riddler?
Oh, Rattler. I can't think of his dumb name. Spencer Rattler.
Oh yeah, I don't think the Texans win a single game this year.
The over-under's got to be like 1.5 for them.
Wait, has to be
And
1.5,
I'm
bro.
hammering the under. Hammering the under.
Yeah, no, they're gonna be the world's first 0-17 team.
You know what's crazy?
They
Before we
are.
move on to basketball, just a little shout out to the Bears. Good job. You drafted a quarterback, and he's going to be your first one to ever throw over 4,000 yards. It just took them adding another game. It's so cool. It's all good. Congratulations.
It's
Hey,
shocking
Jay
how
Cutler could have done it in
that franchise
17
quarterbacks
games.
have been.
Yeah.
Jay
Jay Cutler
Cutler is
definitely.
literally the best quarterback in Bears history.
He is. He is. It's insane.
There's
But I
that
was
guy-
going through it.
I feel dirty
It sounds so wrong, right? It sounds
Yeah.
so wrong. But you go look it up.
Listen.
Like my friend said to me the other day, and then I went and looked it up, and I'm like, oh my god, he was right. Jay Cutler.
I
was
looked
the
up.
best.
Bro, I got into an argument with the old football head, and he was like, I was like, the Bears never had a good quarterback. He's like, what are you talking about? 85? This guy was a gunslinger. I was like, what are you saying, dude? I don't even know the guy's name. I was like, that defense is what was good. Like, what are you saying to me right now?
What was the
I
name?
think
I don't even know who it was.
I couldn't tell you. He doesn't.
I'm
I
about
don't
to look
know.
it
I've got it.
85 Bears.
Bears.
Jay Cutler's definitely carving himself a Hall of Fame career outside of football because of what he's doing with his ex-wife.
Jim McMahon.
Jim McMahon. All right, I've heard of him. I don't know if he was good or not. I heard he was like negative a decade years old, but
All right. Let's move on. All right, so we're going to move on to some NBA coverage of the conference finals. And for that, we have another special guest here today. I think he's from Charleston, but I'm not too sure. Welcome to the show, Mr. Jawan. How you doing today?
Hey.
Mr.
I'm from Charleston.
You gotta represent, you know what I'm saying?
843 is
Hey, how y'all doing?
We're doing good, man. How about you?
Hey man, I'm trying to live like y'all, man. Y'all look like kings over there, man.
We're trying. So Jawan, so what has been your have you been enjoying? Let's start off with the easy softball question. Have you been enjoying the NBA playoffs so far?
You want the real?
Be real, 100.
The real answer? I've been too busy with life to sit down and really enjoy a game like I used to. But
Right.
Hey, it happens.
It does. But I'll be honest with y'all. From what I've seen, highlights, little quick clips on YouTube and stuff, hey, I'm excited. I kind of predicted the finals going into the playoffs just off the cuff. Phoenix was way too hot in the West. I mean, come on. I mean, nobody was going to stop them, really. And then in the East, I'm holding out. This will be where Giannis goes to the finals. You know, and he's going to actually – I'm going to leave that alone. But I think he's going to make it. I think that Milwaukee makes it.
Is he going to play?
He's not playing tonight, no.
Nah, but
They're winning, though. It's
we're
84-71 right now.
right now.
Oh, they are, yeah. They
Without
absolutely are.
Giannis. So are the Bucks better without Giannis? My call.
No, this other team is tired as fuck. The other team's tired as fuck for putting up 190 on them last game.
No, you're not lying. I mean, I honestly think that, let's say size isn't the biggest factor. Man, I think Atlanta's going to be exhausted if this goes any further. I mean, they've been in two rough environments. I really don't think the emotions can carry you that far.
And we see all the time young teams running out of steam like really early in the playoffs because they don't have that experience. They don't have like the conditioning, especially when they're the younger guys, like the younger teams like Atlanta. They spend so much time fighting for their life all regular season. Like when other teams have the luxury of just sitting guys. It's just you never see the young ones go far.
John Collins was on the chopping block. The deal,
Yes.
There was news everywhere. He's coming to the Timberwolves. They're going to blah, blah, blah. He's going to fit the Timberwolves so well. The Timberwolves are going to make a race for the 8th seed. If they get John Collins, it's going to be there.
You're not lying.
And this motherfucker is playing lights out in the playoffs this year.
And I'm glad you
It's
said
insane.
that too. Just real quick, this year is very important between the two of y'all. Like you said, young teams tend to burn themselves out, and then older teams like the Lakers, the Clippers, they start to look and say, "Okay, I need that young talent over here, so I could take a night off." So don't be surprised if they get dismantled too, because I mean that's just how it goes,
That's
No
true.
doubt.
Look at Chris Paul. Perfect. Chris Paul, I think the big three, unless you're young, that big three thing might be dead.
Yeah. I honestly,
Because it costs too much money. You can't fill the bench out. Because it costs too much money. You can't fill the bench out. I'm a KD hater. Everyone knows this. I know everyone knows I'm a KD hater. But that team was bad. Like, I did expect him to do what?
Yeah.
Like score 80 a game? Like, no. I thought it was great watching him lose, but
yeah.
You want to know my hot take?
What you got?
They would have been better if they had just traded Kyrie for Harden straight up. It kept Jared Allen, kept Karis LeVert, and Dinwiddie never got hurt. Obviously, that would have helped.
Right. That's true.
Who got traded in this season oh my God. Do you think there's a way that the Nets can end up with Damian Lillard?
No.
God, I hope not.
No.
They have no picks.
Well,
they have fucking Kyrie and Harden.
Not with Kyrie on the team.
That's what I'm saying. Get him the Kyrie and Harden. Bye. Hey.
Like,
okay.
I understand that KD and Kyrie wanted this team up. Well, let's be real. This is KD's team. This is not Kyrie's team.
Bro, Kyrie is crazy. Listen. I was a Kyrie fan. I liked the way he played. I thought he was cold. He's crazy. That's
why we love him. He's relatable.
Insane. That gets in the way of sports, though. When you're thinking about other shit like witchcraft and shit, you can't play sports, bro.
Okay, all right, real quick. Let me ask you this question because this is something that always bugged me for the longest time in the narrative. Besides, like outside of basketball, hasn't changed much about Kyrie Irving, but like Kyrie Irving stays getting hurt and stays missing valuable time. But like everyone's keep saying like, oh, coldest handles, great, scorer with the basketball. But yet the narrative never has been Kyrie Irving has not been able to stay healthy to be a factor for his team. Like he had the big shots with Cleveland, but like lately he just constantly kept getting hurt, got hurt with Boston, get hurt with the Nets, like, and then just kind of wraps it up. And almost, I'm not going to say the C word for a team, but like, I don't know. Like, I feel like Kyrie, like, I don't know. I'm just confused. Somebody please explain to me, like, why hasn't the narrative changed for Kyrie Irving? Because I don't get it. He's good.
Because the narrative is in Boston, and us sports fans don't want to listen to Boston sports fans because we know why. So they believe this, so the rest of the sports world can't, right?
Correct.
Right?
You can't validate Boston sports fans.
Right? I said it.
We have to love Kyrie because Boston sports fans do not.
Yeah.
Like we can't let them win.
It's true. We got to tread lightly on Boston because I am a Red Sox fan. But outside of that, hey, what they say goes. It's just the truth. And to be honest with you, Mac, man, Kyrie, like you said, Kyle, it's too much outside distractions whenever he comes to any team since he's left LeBron. And I don't know if there's a number of situations that we could go through where it's just he has to bring his personal life into the arena. Now, I'm all for the protests and everything like that. I'm all for that. But, man, I need you to stay focused for like 48 minutes, my boy. I need you to stay with us. Like, and we don't get that consistently. That's the issue.
I agree with you. I agree with everything you're saying. But do you think that it's because he's the biggest? Like if he was on a team with LeBron, and it would. So I'm saying this because LeBron gets fucking not slammed, but plastered against every fucking. Oh my God, he got 18 points tonight. Holy shit! So like he would like cover up a lot of his stuff, right?
Yes.
Like Kyrie said the earth was flat when he was on Cleveland, and that shit didn't have nothing. Not a peep. It was like a week of things.
Exactly.
Now it gets brought up more than it did when he was on the team and he said it.
No, it was brought up a lot then. Let's
no, not as much as it is now. Now, but he's into witchcraft.
I mean, it was more like jokes then. Like now, because there is more stuff, there is a narrative building.
Yeah, and he's kind of built that narrative for himself, though, because if you go back and look, that was before Kyrie had the tattoos and everything that was showing his belief in the flat earth. in the third eye and everything else. So he could say whatever and it come off like Amon Shumpert said something. We'd be like, okay, who cares? It's LeBron's team. But shit, he was saying it now, and you already professed that you want to be number one. You don't want to be in LeBron's shadow no more. You don't want to ride the coattail to the finals for 10 more years. Okay, fine. Now we gotta scrutinize you for every little thing. You wanna dance and be disrespectful in the garden. You want to show out, show your. And look, he's getting what he deserves. That's how I feel about it.
I respect that. I just, that makes a lot of sense. Kyrie's he's just like an enigma by himself, to be honest with you. But let's kind of push towards let's talk about the Suns and their victory over the Clippers last night. Huge victory for the Phoenix Suns, finally making it back to the finals. I'm happy for Chris Paul. I mean, Chris Paul's definitely had one of the craziest careers, especially with being a player blocked to get traded to a team. I haven't really seen that before. Also, how about getting bullied by Pat Beverly last night? What's up with Pat Bev? Someone give me
Pat Bev is Pat Bev.
That's true.
He is Black Air Force negativity.
100%. From the minute you get on the court, that's what you get with Pat Bev. You know that.
That's very
Facts.
true.
You know that, man. But no, I'm gonna just real quick. Yeah, with CP3, man, I know me growing up playing basketball and stuff like that, I've been in the driveway imitating them moves. I've made people fall before, just simple CP3 moves like crazy. But I respect the man. I think he deserves everything. He would be the last on the Banana Boat crew to get an NBA championship ring if he is able to. So I mean, everybody got to wait for the caboose to pass on the train. So I think it's only right that he gets one too. So he can retire after that. But I agree. I mean, everybody's been waiting on this moment, so people gonna be tuned in.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Now, is there any way that if the Suns win the finals, is there any way that someone not named CP3 can win a Finals MVP?
Ooh, Devin Booker. I mean,
but what would Devin Booker have to do? That I'm asking you.
35 a night.
Yeah, easily.
I said 40.
I'll be honest with you. You got to show us something different in the finals. So if he can step up and show that he has a little bit more defensive prowess, get an extra steal, extra rebound, maybe do a nice little 3-on-1, little assist game going, something that shows us like, man, this dude is really balling out. Like he really put the team on his back. Okay, he gets it. But if not, just off of camaraderie, it's going straight to CP3. I mean,
he needs like an iconic moment that's not a shot.
Yeah,
like he needs the block moment.
Yes.
He needs
a chase down.
He needs a steal.
Something.
He needs something like a game sealing steal, or like
what if the game sealing three?
We've seen that from him before,
But every game closer to this is a word from Skip. This is a word from Skip and whatever.
Word from yourself?
Shannon. No, word from Skip and Shannon. They're like, when you go into the finals and you go into the playoffs, every game deeper means a little bit more than the last game. So if it's game 7 and he sends them home with a 3, and
how many points did he have that game, and how many points did he have for the series? Though?
See, that's what I'm saying. I think he has to score more than 30 a game, right, to even sniff the MVP trophy.
You're talking CP3, right?
No.
Devin Booker.
If Booker has like 21 points and he hits the game-winning 3 in game 7, he's not winning.
That's not done.
So I think he has to average more than 30 if he wants to sniff that trophy.
How about 30 points,
5
6
assists,
boards, and 8 assists?
8.
Smelling LeBron numbers, because everybody's trying to find the next LeBron. So maybe he kind of pulls us back to that type of nostalgia. Man, this man's dominating the whole court.
I think good.
Well, I mean, shout out to Christian, but Christian's been calling it that Devin Booker's the next Kobe.
Yeah, I know, man.
So I mean,
he has
maybe 45, like 40-ish points. You know what I mean? 6
All right.
rebounds, 5 assists.
Are you going to talk about him shooting 37%
Let
for
me
the
look.
series?
Let me look something up.
From 3 or from field?
From the field.
Ooh.
28.6 from 3.
Ever since I hopped on the bandwagon, this guy can't fucking shoot.
Correct. 37% from the field?
But he also got
You talking about finals MVP?
No, I'm just saying because
sir.
I think it's impossible. So unless me and you talked about it, Ayton can Kobe.
I
this
think
bitch.
Ayton's more likely.
He can Kobe this bitch. If he gets 25, 10, and 15, some shit like that, boy, he's out here boarding the bitch. He's out here, you know what I mean? And they're like, what the fuck? And he averaging 23, 10, and 10. You could have given him to it.
Question. Who's guarding Ayton? Are you putting Giannis on Ayton?
I hope not.
Is Giannis making it
right
there?
Exactly.
I think, honestly, all right, so Bucks
one, Giannis isn't guarding him all the time if they do play the Bucks. And 2, are you putting Capella on him if you're the Hawks?
20 and 15.
You know what? Aiden actually might welcome Capella. He might welcome a Capella type of duel. I think he'll still dominate because of youthfulness.
I do too.
But
how big is Capella? 6'9"? Or is he big?
6'10". He's 6'10".
6'10", I'm pretty sure, at least.
Yeah.
If he's on the Hawks, bro, if the Hawks make it and the Suns don't do what they did this series where they keep fucking shooting fucking bricks and they let Ayton eat, I think he could easily win Finals MVP.
Oof. Okay, I just had to look this up. I had to look it up because I wanted to give it to y'all straight. Let's say that they make the run, they make the push, and they finish off what they started. Phoenix wins. I'm looking at 2006 Finals. A superstar in the making, Dwayne Wade. I'm gonna say that's Devin Booker. You already got a superstar that's name brand. You got Shaq. Dwayne Wade wins Finals MVP, 34.7 points per game, 7 boards, and then 4 assists. I gotta see that from Book.
Yep, I agree.
Oh yeah, I agree with you.
I got to. If I see that, hey, Kobe, we'll talk Kobe Chance, we'll talk Dwayne Wade, we'll talk Reggie Miller. We could talk anything after that. You know what I'm saying? If I need you to ball out, and you got to do it in a swift manner, man, get them out of there. 5 games, gentlemen sweep, make it look nice.
Oh no! I think the shorter the series is, the more likely Chris Paul is taking that trophy home.
Yeah.
It has to be. Yeah.
Well, they got
because the longer the series goes, the more it's Chris Paul can't get it done yet again.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like that 40. I think the 19 points in the fourth kind of locked up the Finals MVP. That feels sick to even say that now, but if they win, I feel like people are not going to even be able to think about anything but that 41 points, 19 points in the fourth to seal it.
19 in the fourth, man. Whew. Hey, if he goes for a Klay Thompson type of 22, just sniping, ooh boy, we got to vote for him. We got to, man.
So let's flip it. Real quick. So for the Los Angeles Clippers, right? PG was playing pretty well. Do you think this team is going to be completely different next year? Do you think they can, with a healthy Kawhi? Well, I don't.
Is Kawhi coming back?
Gone.
That's the question.
Gone.
Is PG's deal's up too, right? Aren't they both have
I think
options?
PG.
They have an opt-out. They both have an opt-out, though.
I'm pretty sure they both have player options.
Yeah,
that's not how the media is playing it. They're playing it like PG's going to be stuck
I'm
there.
about to look it up right now.
You might be right. I'm just saying how the media is playing because Dallas just tweeted. I sent it in the wrong group chat earlier today. I sent it to the non-talk about sports that the Mavericks are going to push really hard to put Kawhi and Luka together.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
You know, dude, that's LeBron.
Another team too was pushing the Heat. Which that means are they getting rid of Butler?
No. Can't do that.
So wait, are they going to put Butler at the 2?
Who fucking cares, bro? You got to get that guy on the court.
Thank you. Hey, small ball. Look go. I mean, we got Bam.
Fuck, he's not even small. He's a big motherfucker. Who cares? That's a big small ball.
Big small ball. Run it all the way.
But by the way, that's Luka and Kyrie, or Luka and Kawhi. That's just LeBron and
what about this?
Kyrie.
I don't think Kawhi wants to go down there.
No, we cannot.
Their ball. They hold the ball too much. That doesn't work.
Why are we trying to get Luka success, man?
Whoa, dude!
I'm not big on the Luka train either. So I'm with
It's too early. This man's he's 21. You let him start winning rings now?
He's definitely older. There's that conspiracy theory. I believe it.
That he's like an old man.
I looked it up. Paul George's player option got voided, so he is locked into one more year.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Kawhi's gone, Bo. No way. I think he realized that he doesn't like this. Toronto he liked, not a big city, right? It's hype. Hey, it is a big city. That's not what I mean.
He
like,
never wanted to be in Toronto. Let's be real. He just wanted to be out of San Antonio.
True. But he was in San Antonio. It's a smaller town. He went to another town that's not really small, but he's not much he's going to do in Canada. Let's be honest here. He went back home, and dude,
he ate some Bull Penis pizza there.
He's getting fucking slandered.
Toronto's a cool city, man.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I didn't want to say this fucking city sucks, but
I love Toronto. It's a cool ass city. But yeah, no, he didn't want to be there.
But he went home and now he's getting fucking slandered. He takes one night off. It's 8 fucking articles. The Clippers can never do it. Cool. He stinks. He's gonna get out. He's gonna get another star to take over Luka.
Do you think Kawhi can get to Portland? Do you think they can flip it instead of Dame going to LA?
No.
Is that possible?
No.
I think.
Oh my God.
I think Dame likes CJ too much, man.
No, Dame the one's out. No.
I do think.
I think if Dame, but something keeping them together. Because if I'm Dame and I got the star pull, if I don't want to be there and I don't want CJ and I want to I'm gone.
Dame does like CJ, but I think he doesn't like the Trailblazers anymore.
They said they were going to get him involved with picking the coach, though, and if that happens, everything changes. And
but then they also kind of threw him under the bus for the Chauncey Billups. Situation. Yeah.
But things change when you tell a player he can pick the coach. Things change.
Yeah, so he expected to have input in here. He didn't really have input. They decided to make Chauncey Billups the coach, and then he was getting asked about Chauncey Billups' sexual assault allegations from the 90s. Ooh. And people are like, how are you endorsing him? You said you wanted him for your coach. He's like, dude, I was 4 when this happened. I didn't know this was a thing. So now he's feeling all right, I'm getting thrown under the bus. Y'all made this hire. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
that's their job. Just because I want Bill Cosby as my coach don't mean that my team should hire him, right?
Yeah, I think he's fed up with the front office. He does still love CJ, obviously. I think they're boys.
Yeah.
He's 30 years old. Jesus Christ.
I think he would take getting out of Portland over staying with CJ at this point.
Where can he go, though? Because I was been doing the math. What team needs a point guard that is ready to win right now? I can't think of one team.
Lakers.
The Lakers can't get him. What is?
I'm just saying,
Lakers have nothing to offer.
Who needs it?
Because
you're trying to get $100 million.
It's Steph. No, that guy's not on the team. That guy stinks. He's a player.
That was the report that he was trying to get $100 million free.
Yeah, I keep sending you the contract for this show, and it says $120 million to show, and you won't.
It's
sign
120.
it. I don't know why. Yeah, you won't sign it.
My Chris Tucker voice. $100 million.
Yeah, I just want $5 for every time I come on here, and you still sign the damn contract. Anyways,
but I think in all honesty, man, you were kind of right on before. It's weird to put him with the Nets, but if there's nothing else that KD can do, he can run well with a strong point. I mean, KD
has to okay them getting rid of Kyrie to facilitate that trade, though.
Yeah, and I wonder how.
Kyrie's not going anywhere unless KD says.
Hey man,
It's
sometimes
alright
you gotta
if
let
he
your butt
does.
buddy go, man. Sometimes you gotta let your
they're
butt
boys.
buddy
Like,
Are they actually friends, though?
Yes, he wanted Kyrie.
They won't be friends. They will not be friends if they trade him. That's over.
go. Right,
I mean,
that's dead.
He got Harden whispering in his ear, "Hey man, you saw what I did to Westbrook, right?
Hey, so
Chris Paul, right?
Harden is cooked, right? Hey, Harden's cooked, right?
Yeah.
Harden's cooked, right?
No,
He's
I think
cooked.
Harden-
No, like he's good at basketball. He ain't never making the finals by himself.
No.
Like
No,
around
no,
him,
no.
like he's not going to be the team.
No,
like,
no,
he's
no.
cooked though. Like
Has
you could have
Lloyd Body
kind
even
of
hold
forced
up?
him. Like,
No.
yeah, yeah.
Really, will his body even hold up though? Like he seems to be
Right.
missing just all the time.
Harden?
Cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harden's been pretty durable until this
Not
year.
the last like 2 years.
Yeah, it's in the last 2 years been out a lot. I feel like I have to look at it, but like I feel like he's been like out like a lot lately.
Okay, I have an idea. This is going to be a little. You're probably going to hate it. I know you're going to hate this idea, but it's something that I feel like it would make I think it's the perfect PR thing for the NBA. The Golden State Warriors getting Damian Lillard.
No.
Because
How would that work?
I don't know.
No.
The Warriors find ways to do crazier things because of
You're just going to get rid of Steph Curry?
Klay Thompson.
No, I mean, if you
can run Clay at the 3, you get rid of Wiggins and Kelly Oubre, and they're trying to get rid of Wiseman.
They're both gone.
Nah.
And the 7th.
Yeah,
pick.
Wiseman's gone too.
7th pick.
They're gonna go get a star for. And
who's coming off the bench for them?
That's
Looney,
fucking
who just
matter.
picked up his option?
It don't
He
even fucking matter to me.
stinks.
It don't matter to me, bro. If you have a healthy Clay and a healthy Steph, and then like a big man to actually help you instead of that guy who plays for them, they get way better.
Who are you talking about?
I don't want to hop off the Wiseman train too soon. I
like Wiseman.
You know,
No, I
He's
like
gone.
Wiseman. He just
I
doesn't miss
feel like
he
Golden
just
State
doesn't
is
match
hopping
their-
off the Wiseman train.
Yeah, I
Wiseman
think
is-
Wiseman's good. He just didn't match their timeline, and it was a weird pick then, and it's a weird pick now. And they're trying to like it's like centers don't get good their rookie years. It just doesn't happen. And like Steph's old, Clay's old. Like they need to hit right now. They need their big guy right now. So like it didn't make sense then. It doesn't make sense now. They'd have been better off taking LaMelo. Like they really would have been.
To say that. Can you imagine that team with LaMelo?
That
Man,
team with LaMelo
coming
would've
year
been
healthy, Steph healthy,
dirty.
Clay healthy.
How do they play? How do you do that though?
LaMelo comes off the bench. He learns behind Steph.
No, you put him at the 3.
Shooting touch.
You put him at the 3. Steph 1, Clay 2, LaMelo 3.
I put him as Magic Johnson type stuff. You come in, you be that point forward, man. Like I don't want you to run on the court with the greats. I want you to watch them and then be great. I don't want you to get it mixed up.
Well, look what Cameron Payne is doing right now, campaigning with CP.
Outplaying CP3.
Yeah,
if we keeping it a buck.
I mean, he did ball.
Hey, but I'll be honest. I don't think Dame anywhere near Golden State works. I think it's too much bad blood.
But listen though.
Too much bad
They
blood.
did it with KD.
Sir. It's too
They obviously are crazy enough to trade for Kelly Oubre. So obviously these psychopaths in the front office will make it work some way, somehow. I mean, we've seen crazier things happen for the Golden State Warriors. Golden State's like, what the fuck is going on? We were in the playoffs. We were in the finals year after year. We just bought this brand new fucking stadium. We ain't got nobody in this goddamn stadium. We got a huge ass bill. We need to sell some fucking tickets. What the hell are we doing?
Hey, they better start hosting damn musicals and shit.
They gonna have to do something because they just dropped the bag to Clay. They dropped the bag to Steph. Like,
Steph year last year might have been the best year ever of him playing basketball.
Yeah, I mean, it was worth it. But like, fuck, you got this brand new stadium you just built. Like,
I'd go watch that. I'd go watch that. I would go watch that. I would go watch that.
You lost all the good luck.
Tickets are the tickets might be cheaper because they fucking are 18 games out. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm showing up, bud.
Hell yeah. Hey, that's just like if the Chargers were to do horrible in that damn man, I'm sorry, I ain't gonna switch back, but I would definitely go and check that out. Like,
bro, like, yeah, as soon as the Raiders start stinking, I'm gonna go to every home game. That
I'm
fucking
trying to catch a Raiders game.
Yo, they got a whole nightclub in their stadium. No one's gonna be watching the game.
oh no,
Like they're gonna have strippers in the lobby. You think I'm gonna be watching a football game and there's strippers in the lobby?
Yeah, listen, leave it to the Washington football fan guys. Like strippers, you can pay for things. You can pay for girls.
Hey, that's too.
This guy tricking out cheerleaders. This not that guy.
I mean, Caesar, last time we went to one, you weren't watching them, so I feel like you might watch the game.
What are you talking about?
Well,
listen. I happen to be under the influence of a certain substance, and it's not my fault. Okay, it was not my fault. We was on the bender.
This man fell asleep at the stage.
Hey, yo, you don't gotta be telling my business out there like that, man. You don't gotta be out.
He's not impressed. Hey, time out. That's on his dude. He got so many at home. He's not impressed with this.
We got kicked out because of that.
Yeah, because he's not impressed.
Yeah,
he got him at home.
Thank you.
He's at home. He's good.
There was a buffet in there. This man had a big plate of bacon.
The buffet was good. The bacon was the last thing I remember. And then throwing up on the sidewalk. Those are the.
Okay.
That's my top one.
This man had a big old plate of bacon, and it was just.
Hey, look, it's too.
Bro, she was right here.
Hey, we gotta run it back. We gotta run it back next month. This month.
It's too many girls out here. If you ain't doing something that I ain't seen on Instagram, you ain't doing nothing. I'm going to sleep, bro.
Facts. I can get that done for free 99 on that gram.
I'm going to sleep.
I'm going to TikTok. They out there trying to get me to go to their pages. What are you doing?
Like,
I got no money. But thanks for the wings at the bar. That's free. That's unlimited.
Hey, I'm coming from Magic City.
Hey, Magic
I want
City.
the
Lemon pepper Lou wings. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna let you know that now. That don't talk about that man. That man stinks right now. This guy stinks.
Hey, but those wings apparently
wings
don't.
sound fire, man.
Wing smack.
That wing menu is
he broke
pretty
bubble
good.
protocol for those wings, so they got to be hitting different.
Oh yeah, and that the wings. Dude out
Yeah.
here. What's that chick name? What?
I mean, I don't know if it was the wings, the breasts, or the thighs, but it was something.
It was the throat god. She showed up.
You ain't lying.
Yo, can we talk about the real MVP for the Phoenix Suns?
What's her name?
I have
Throat
no
god.
idea.
That's what it is. It's the throat god. Look it up. Just type in the
throat god.
Throat goat. I hear that.
Hire her today.
Oh, the throat goat. That's what it is. The throat goat.
Yes,
It was like 7. They were under the table. There were 7 players on the table, and they're just switching it out.
Hey,
That's
but can we
messy.
talk about the brotherhood? Because you gotta
That's
be
messy.
hey,
The brotherhood. That's what real sports are about.
Yeah, they're tone setters. They're setting the tone in that room.
All right,
you
so
gotta be bold,
as a
man.
leader, I will do this for you guys, except for Kyle, because I respect you, Kyle.
Oh my gosh, you gotta be
So
bold.
we'll do team building.
You hear that? CJ stepping up to be the throat goat for y'all. That's pretty nice of him.
Hey, yeah, all right. Let's cut this. Hold
on. Okay, before we wrap it up, I feel like we didn't really treat this Hawks series.
Yeah, we're gonna go to that
very
next.
well.
Yeah.
I don't think the Hawks win the series.
Which
After I see tonight,
I
if
know
that
that
happens, my prediction,
They
Comes
down
true.
17 with 5 minutes left right now.
just like Juwan, I called Suns and Bucks in the finals.
Hey, my boy.
You know what I'm saying? I got you. Like, I'm excited because I'm a Giannis fan. I'm a Giannis fan. I'm an Alex fan.
Feel it.
That's the Antetokounmpo family.
Yes, sir.
If you didn't know, I'm also
Yes, sir.
a fan of the Ball family.
yes, sir.
I like the family camaraderie in the NBA.
The holiday.
y'all heard it. He loves the
The
family. ball.
Zellers. There's 3 Zellers in the NBA too, I
The
think.
Zellers.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
The Morris twins.
Oh,
The Martin twins.
All right, man. We're naming actual NBA players right now, Tucker.
Man.
Oh, the
But
Martins
I
are
agree with
technically
you,
in the
man.
NBA.
I agree. Hey, Giannis
I mean,
is a bad
yes, but they shouldn't be. They stink.
They really
Hey.
shouldn't be. They're bad.
The Lopez brothers. Come on,
man. Oh,
guys.
yeah. There we go. Now we're talking.
One plays for the Magic.
All right, here's a quick box score right now from the game. Currently, Bucks are up 111-94. Drew Holiday with 25 and 12 assists. Bobby Portis 19 and 7.
I told you was sleeping on Bobby Portis last week.
I was slow. I was slow on him. I'm not even gonna cap.
Who's
Put
the
some
leading
respect
scorer
on
right now?
Psycho B.
Yo, Brooke Lopez going off.
28 and 7, and he's made never mind, he hasn't made any threes. Chris Middleton 24, 6 and 12 rebounds. Pretty good team game right now. Right now for the Atlanta Hawks, Bogdanovic 19 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Lou Will 17, 4 and 2. Clint Capella 6 points, 8 rebounds. John Collins 17 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. So really, I mean, both teams are without their star right now. They're just seeing the depth of their team.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie. I like Chris Middleton, but I need these kind of games for him. I need him to be at least 25 plus. And then, because Giannis is a walking 30, but will he still be that once, this series, if he's healthy or if he comes back?
This series, I think it's going to come down to who comes back first and are they fully healthy, Giannis or Trey?
Yeah.
If Trey comes back but Giannis isn't, I don't care if the Bucks are up 3-2. I think the Hawks could win the next two with a healthy Trey and without Giannis.
Without Giannis. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think the only way the Hawks take this is without Giannis, though.
But Drew has to score like this.
The Bucks will take it.
Drew hasn't scored like this all series. This is the most points he's had in a single.
No, he had one game he went off.
Was it the one who he went off like this series in like the fourth quarter?
Was it this series or was that the next series?
How is this happening? How am I looking at 3 players who are
he had 33 in game 1?
How? What?
This series?
Yeah.
Was that the one when he started slow and he heated up in the second half?
Yes.
Well, he needs to repeat that.
He really only had one bad game. He had 33, 22, 6.
Wow.
Bad game. 19, which is all right. And then, what do you say? He has 25 tonight?
What was his 3-point shooting percentage?
5 for 12 game 1, 3 for 4 game 2, 0 for 3 game 3, 2 for 7 game 4.
Not terrible, but not as where I think he should be doing.
Now I feel like, in all honesty, man, like you said before, even if they both come back healthy, I really think the Bucks still take it. I think nobody.
That's if they come back healthy. I said if Trey comes back healthy and Giannis does not, I got the Hawks.
I don't think
if
Trey
that happens.
I don't think Trey will be back healthy. I don't think any of them will at this
I
point.
think that's the only way the Hawks advance.
Yeah.
Is if Trey comes back and Giannis does not.
And
Trey's healthy.
If he's healthy, comes back, and he's, just dead eye, it's over. But let's be real. It's too late in the season for a recovery. At this point, you just want to limp along and get your ass home. So it just it just is what it is. I think Giannis this is why they talk about height all the time and weight, what you put on. I think he can come back and be limber and still deliver them to the finals.
Do you think next game, they sit him out and see if their team can pull it off, but then just bring out Giannis for game 7 and the finals if possible? Or do you try to get him out as soon as possible? If Trey's out as well. So if Trey's out game 6, do you go with the team approach again and give Giannis another game to recover?
Yeah.
Or do you put him in there?
Yeah. You got to give him another one. You have to.
Yeah, because you can't risk him not being like. Say you win, then you don't have him for the finals, and it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Hyperextended knee. I'd ice that for another couple games. Yeah. Bring him back in game 7 if he's all right and they need it, but just let the rest of the team ride if there's no Trey.
Did y'all see the news today that came out that CP has torn ligaments in his hand from falling on Pat?
No.
No, I did
I
not.
didn't see that.
Yeah, so but he played that game last night with the torn ligaments.
Is that a
Oh,
real
wow.
report?
I saw it on ESPN, so I'm hoping it is.
I hope so.
You saw it on TV or you saw a Twitter ESPN? That could have been
No, I saw
SCPN.
Shannon Sharp and Skip talking about it.
You saw
okay.
Shannon and Skip on ESPN?
Yes. No, no,
You definitely high.
Fox or whatever. I don't fucking know. I use
FS1.
YouTube, okay? I use YouTube. So I watch their show on YouTube because it gets put up right away and it's live on YouTube. I'm illegally streaming it. Come at me, the FBI.
Oh, you don't want to do
Oh,
that.
you don't want to challenge them
You
like
don't want to play
that.
with them. Listen, I'm not associated with this man.
What are they going to do? Commit suicide me?
Whatever his opinions does not reflect the opinions of Hate to Pile On.
We
Yeah,
all
and
watch
I
sports
believe that
legally
Black
here.
lives do matter, and they don't believe that. Y'all hear that? Mine don't reflect theirs.
Tuck
You
is
heard
gonna
it.
be my representation here. If anything would go crazy.
No.
Yeah, we all watch sports legally here. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah.
If you didn't know, I don't think we told you, but Tuck is studying for the bar exam currently.
Yeah, I currently am. Yeah,
What's your favorite
So-
drink?
my favorite drug.
He said, what's your favorite drink?
whoa.
Studying for the bar joke.
No comment.
Yeah, it was
Sir,
bad.
that's no comment. Next question. Leading the witness. See,
That's good.
pretty good.
That's good.
Okay, now I want to get personal. What law are you going to specialize in?
Intellectual property. So it
Mm.
could be anything from film, TV, or sports.
Okay.
You want to be an agent?
Agent would be cool. I'm actually I've looked into that. I've looked into the agent test and everything too. I'm interested.
College agents
in
about
it.
to blow up, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
Get the-
NIL.
get
I
the-
just had
Get-
that news yesterday. Like,
All
Huge.
those-
we didn't talk about
players
that.
are
We didn't even
getting-
talk about that. The NCAA,
We are-
Yeah.
Everybody
NCAA
brought up
NCAA coming back?
So, final thoughts. Let's talk about NCAA, and then we'll wrap it up.
All right, I want to lead this off because I have a very good point. I want to lead this off real quick, and then I'm going to mute my mic so it doesn't rattle on.
All right.
I'm going to say this right now. The leagues that went on outside of college football is the reason this happened. And now it's actually not. It's not why it happened because the college football didn't even decide this. Pretty much the government said you can't have slaves. That's
Thank you.
kind of how
Yeah.
it is.
Well,
But this is exactly what happened. Your good players would have went and played for the fucking what's this fucking team that I just saw on the spring league with a seal? It's a brown seal. It's the worst logo.
Spring League kind of wrong now.
It's lit. Hey, I like it. I've been watching it. And we need off-season football. 100%.
We're big XFL fans here. We can't wait for the XFL
Yes,
to finally
sir.
come
hell
out.
yeah.
But
Gang, gang,
these
baby.
college players,
That's it.
these college players who need money, who are struggling for their home, would have went and played for the Rock, for whatever the Battleship Toads, and they would have got paid for how many years they need to so they can go to the NFL.
Yeah.
And there was writing on the walls that these star players are gonna go there. As soon as the coaches started tingling over there, we just needed 2 or 3, and it's over. And then you're gonna have a lesser sport.
Yet. I don't think that would have happened yet. I think that it would take a while. Like, it depends on how it caught on. I do think that the XFL was a lot bigger success than people were expecting last year, and it's a shame that COVID cut it short. I can't wait for it to come back. But I think the real reason was because college kids were, it was just like frustrating. Like they lost those court cases in California, and the writing was on the wall forever because it really was like profiting off of kids' likenesses and like keeping them like impoverished. Like it's horrible. The NCAA is horrible, and I'm thrilled that they're finally being forced to like let these kids profit for themselves. They're not even paying them. It's just like let a kid go get a Reebok endorsement. Like, I don't understand what the problem was before. But,
Let a kid sign autographs for money.
yeah, for real. Like, it's outrageous that they wouldn't let them do that for so long. It's because of how greedy the NCAA is. Like, they are a fucking cartel.
The fact that a kicker had to quit college football for a YouTube channel is a crime. Like that should be a legitimate crime.
It's insane. It is insane.
Yeah, my take on it. So I think that it would have happened regardless, due to California was who I was paying attention to initially when they had the bill that was being signed by the governor, allowing them to get paid at 2023. There was a podcast when I was out in East Tennessee, and I don't know how to get all this insider information, but they pretty much said 2021 they're going to get paid by the NCAA because the NCAA wants to make it seem like they did it first and not a state. Like you said with the cartel, hey, you're not going to embarrass me in front of the public. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take out who I need to take out in order to seem like I'm a good person. So that's what I think is going on there. Now, I agree.
That makes sense. That does.
Yeah, that's just how it goes. Now, I wish I was still listening to them because a lot of stuff that they said before has been happening as far as for, LSU. There's going to be the Ed Orgeron stuff that's going to come out. They
Darius Geis stuff
years ago. It just is what it is. They said stuff about Carolina. I'm a big South Carolina fan, and I think we did a ban last year for 2 years because of illegal activities. So it's just real interesting how people get this information and how they leak it out. Sometimes it's on the low scale. You just got to pay attention. But regardless, it was going to happen. It should have happened years ago. Reggie Bush needs to get his Heisman back. I mean, I don't think taking a Heisman from somebody declassifies them in our mind. We knew who the best running back, we knew who the best player in the country was. I mean, shit, everybody needs to get their stuff back at this point. I mean, if you want to come back and get a degree, they need to offer all those student athletes that got kicked out for receiving $1. They need to offer them all a free damn education like they were supposed to before. Hey, you come back, the last 2.5 years is on us. Shit, we done made $3 billion.
Give Georgia Tech their 2009 ACC championship back. They beat Clemson twice. They earned it.
Have it. Give it back to them, man. And then I need, hey, man, I don't know if y'all seen it for NCAA. We thought it was going to be 22 or 23 whenever it comes out.
NCAA football?
Yes.
For the PlayStation 5 for the Xbox X? Come on, son. I need it. Drop that shit, baby. Let's go.
Somebody had the idea, Matt, before you go. Every intro that's ever been made for the last Heisman candidate winners, combine it all and make it the intro to the game. Ooh. That would be so fucked up. It's over.
You got to come out hard.
Everybody, man. Everybody.
Man, I'm worried. I can't stop being worried about that game. I don't trust EA. Like Madden has been asked for so long. Like I don't trust EA, and like NCAA is going to be Madden with college kids. Right. Like that's what it's going to be. And like
no, they don't have to give it to them. They don't have to give it to EA.
That's true.
Their contract's over.
2023.
I think.
Well, what for Madden? Madden's contract. When is Madden's contract? That's like 2023, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's 2023 or 2024.
They just re-signed one last year in 2019.
Or who you give it to then? If you're not gonna give it to EA, who you give it
to? Anybody else? Bethesda. I don't care. Anybody else.
That story mode is gonna be sick. That story mode is gonna be crazy. There'll be orcs and shit. You gonna pick your race at the beginning.
I want them to I think 1 year, I don't care for 2K to do it, but I would like to see incorporate 1 year that 2K incorporated Spike Lee for the story mode for my career. I would like to see someone actually write something really cool, something really in depth to kind of make it different each different year. It doesn't have to be a different director or something like that, but just something to where it's okay, more story this year, or more feature this year. You know what I mean? Feature this position group a little bit more this year.
Yeah. Maybe dope.
I don't know. I know they better not give it a Rockstar though.
Oh no.
You see, they said Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out till 2025.
Yeah, if they made it, you have to get in the fucking the bus and drive to the town you're fucking playing.
I think
that honestly sounds pretty cool.
I'm not trying to be that person, but I'm gonna be that person. If they give it to Rockstar, they're gonna start you out in the hood at 18, making it out. and then it's just a big old struggle story like every other NFL shit.
Or you can
You're gonna have coaches
No,
yelling
I
at you
just
for your
meant the
best
game.
friends.
The
and
game
shit,
isn't going to
like,
come out for a couple of years.
It'll be,
They just announced Grand Theft Auto 6 isn't coming out until 2025.
it'll be three. Dude, it'll
That's
be 3 characters.
12 years after the 5th one? 13 years?
This came out like 2013, right?
Yeah. Listen.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the black guy in the ghetto who's like his mom's struggling, his dad left him. He has 16 sons because they want to be super racist, and then it's gonna be the white kid who goes to the prep school. He's the #1 quarterback in the league, and he's fine. And then the other storyline is gonna be the black quarterback who runs. Right? Who got kicked out of Florida State, and now he plays at JUCO. And then you had to go through JUCO to go back into the league, but you can only be black if you do that one, and you have to go. They keep asking you, do you want to switch the receiver? And you're like, no, I'm a quarterback. That's the whole story. I think I'm a pretty good writer.
You gotta do 2 paths, right, for the story mode.
I mean, it's true.
Like kind of what you said. You do the last chance you path.
Come on.
You go through the last chance you, and then you can do the walk on. Last chance you and walk on. I would love that.
You want me to be terrible at the game, and I'm bad at the game on the sticks?
Because it makes you play the game longer. That's the whole point. You want your.
I'm in the bro. They're like, and you get a COVID year, and you get a COVID year. You're 17 years out.
Hey man, listen. Hey, everybody's buying it. Then if you give me a COVID year on a game, oh shit, yeah. Oh my god.
Like you never can finish a season. That's the knock. So no matter how good you tear it up, you will tear your ACL every year. And then you can import your information to Madden, and you can, get drafted, undrafted guy, but then prove it all over again. Like, think how much you're going to be angry at the game, but you're going to keep playing. You got to have that. You can't just get everything that you want. You got to tease it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If you want good foreplay, you got to tease it just a little bit.
Can you just imagine? Hold on. Can you just imagine? They're like, "Oh, I know this. I made it the game. I made it to the last game of the season. I'm just gonna sit out so I get drafted well next year." And then like you get like you fucking sit out, and then you're at the fucking combine. You tear your ACL. You're like, "Fuck, man! Kyle Curtin tore his fucking ACL at the combine. Now he's gonna undrafted."
It's gonna happen. You just gotta figure out if you want to have it in season or you want to have it off season. This ACL tear, my guy.
You want to end season, you need that rehab started as soon as possible.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Dog, that would suck. You know how many people are gonna be throwing that damn controller at the TV?
but here you go. More people are gonna talk about it. We want TikToks. We want IG Reels. We want Facebook stories. We want them news stories about how this hillbilly country boy come down and burn his Xbox because he was pissed off about the game was cheating him.
He's like,
it's bad enough that his ex-wife was cheating on him. Now the game is doing it. The only thing that he loves.
I picked a goddamn defensive tackle, and I can't make it 3 games in the season. I'm cramping. Why is my player cramping? He pooped himself on game 2.
Yo, NFL, NCAA, hit us up. We got the ideas for your games. We just need a Fido. We need a big feed.
No, that's it.
XFL, if you coming out with the game, come on. Give us a feed. We got
What if you had the chance? XFL comes out with a game. You get done with NCAA, your 4 years, your 5 years, your 6 years, but ACL is over. And they say, do you want to go XFL or do you want to go NFL?
Who's the hold on, time out. Who's the quarterback that was on the Texans that was like really tall and he like didn't win the starting job? Huh?
Brock Osweiler.
No.
What, Cardell Jones?
Huh?
Cardell Jones?
On the Texans?
Yeah, he didn't win the starting job, so he just quit football that year. Now he plays for the spring
Ryan Mallett.
Yeah, Ryan Mallett plays for the spring league.
Ryan Mallett.
The guy's 38 years old playing for the spring league. What is he doing?
That's also Landry Jones. Landry Jones has played for like every like developmental league out there.
He's still young. He's like a year older than me. He's like 28.
Landry Jones?
Yeah.
Man.
I was into draft stuff when he got drafted. So that wasn't that long ago. 5 years mostly.
Wow. That's crazy.
I feel longer than that.
Hey, look, somehow we need to get all this copied over and send it to Rockstar or EA or 2K.
He's 32.
Bethesda.
We atting all of them boys. We atting them all.
Man, if Bethesda made NCAA, you'd show up in a game and there'd be no offensive lineman.
It's a 10-point game with a minute left. 10-point game with a minute left.
You hand off the ball to your running back. He's not. The ball just falls on the ground.
You know the worst possible outcome? They give it to Nintendo. It's a Nintendo exclusive. You can only play it on the Switch. And the characters are
like
they're just me's.
I'm in
Just
it.
a little
Hold on.
round face.
But even worse. No. They only made it for Wii Motion, so you can't even use a controller. It's Wii Motion.
Oh gosh.
Hey, time out though.
You
This
gotta
game
go.
is a 10-point game with a minute left.
Oh my god.
Oh really?
Bro. That is hilarious. Man, that's
This is a long ass show tonight, guys. What is
They're
going on?
behind.
Yes. All right, let's wrap
it
it up,
over?
guys.
Yeah.
It is over now.
God damn it.
This is good. This was a really fun talk. Actually, hold up.
It's time to go!
It is time to us to go. It was great for you guys joining us, Tucker and Jawan. We appreciate you guys being here. I hope you guys had a good time with us. Did you
We had
guys
a
have
blast,
fun?
man. Thank y'all for having us.
Hey.
Yeah, thank y'all for having us, man.
Thank you for
It was
coming.
fun.
same,
For
man,
sure.
Same. Hey, it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be with y'all, man. It's always fun.
Yeah, we'll get you guys
Yeah,
back on.
we just
As you know, we get the season coming forward. Jawan, I already talked about Tucker about this. Tucker is definitely a big fantasy football guy. Are you a big fantasy football guy, Jawan?
Yeah. Typically I am, man. You give me some time, I'll get you a nice little roster together.
If you're interested, you don't have to give me an answer now. We're building a fantasy football team for the show. If you're interested, if you have time, because I get it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I got it.
If you want to
There's
join
no
our
problem.
team,
Send it this way, man. I'm all for it.
all right, we're filling out the
Absolutely.
roster.
Trying to get Christian. Christian's trying to back out. We told him, nah, ain't no backing out.
You told me I gotta play fantasy baseball and basketball.
Yeah, this
No.
is getting wild.
He's like,
If
next
I
week, give me
play
playing.
this, you guys got to play fantasy
He's like,
baseball.
if you don't pick fantasy NASCAR and then double it up with fantasy tennis, I'm not joining. I'm like, okay.
And you
Hey,
better
man,
not
that's
forget
it.
about fantasy hockey.
Hey, man. Rookie of the year was in Minnesota. We should have got 3 this year. We only got
Sidney
1.
Crosby still play? He's still good?
Yeah. No.
I hate
Yeah,
Sidney
hey,
That's
Crosby.
all I know.
But no,
My guy won Rookie of the Year. Minnesota should have had 3 Rookie of the Years this year, and we only got fucking 1.
Wait, do you watch hockey?
Yeah. I like hockey.
I'm sorry. Not for making fun of hockey, but that you watch hockey.
We won Rookie of the Year. What's your team doing? Are not in the playoffs anymore, goddammit.
Yeah.
Does Carolina have a team? Yeah, they have.
Yeah,
Oh my
Carolina.
I know
God. Get
that.
him out
I
of
know they have
Get
the
him outta here.
Hurricanes.
They were pretty good in the playoffs this year, buddy.
The Wild?
All right,
No,
guys. Well,
no.
Thank you again for
Yeah,
the great
I
show.
messed up.
Yeah, thank y'all, man. It's a lot of fun, man.
Thanks, y'all.
Catch you
Y'all
guys
stay
next
safe.
time, and have a great night.
Yep, we'll
Take
see you
care.
again next
Will do.
Thursday.
Enjoy your holiday.
Later, y'all.
You too. Happy 4th.